I feel like I look a mess every time I get on this vlog, but there really is just so much going on. As you can tell from this video, I'm going to get surgery. Today is Monday, September 21st, and I'm gonna need a mask. Hospital right now. I had my pre-op appointment on Friday, and today, since my surgery is on Wednesday, I have to get a COVID test, even though I just got a COVID test last week after we got back from Pennsylvania. But I need to do another COVID test because they have to have a negative result 72 hours prior to surgery. So I have a test scheduled. It's gonna be in like 13 minutes, about 5 minutes away from the hospital that I go to. I'm gonna get this test, and then yeah, I'm not allowed to eat all day tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. So this is the line for COVID testing. It is super long. Mike and I did this once and we waited here for an hour and a half. So thankfully I don't have to sit in this line. They put me in a parking spot because the doctors obviously made me an appointment to get this test for the surgery, so I need to have it. And so they put me in a spot, and I think the doctors are just gonna come to my car instead of me having to wait in this super long line, which I'm so happy I don't have to do. So yeah, we will get this COVID test done. I'm gonna put the camera on the seat so that when they head over here and do the test, you guys can see. It's been a few minutes since I've been here, and I haven't been tested yet, and my appointment was like 8 minutes ago, so I think someone might be heading over now to test me. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. Yeah, I think someone's coming now. Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. Have you done the test before?
Yes.
Okay, you know how it goes 10 seconds walk through your nose, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Can I get your full name and your birthday, please? All right, I want you to pull down your mask over your mouth, okay? Great. 10 seconds.
It's one nostril, right?
One nostril. All right, look forward for me. I know it burns.
Whew.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Then you will get a call from us in 24, 48 hours, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, crap.
Go ahead.
Thank you. That fucking sucked. Oh, God. I'm like crying. I do not want to have to take another COVID test. That is so shitty. The last one I took, they did 2 swabs at each nostril, but I didn't go so far up my nose. The first one I took was this one, and it really fucking sucked. At least it's only the one, but it goes so deep into your brain that it's like really messed up. Hey guys, so it is a couple of days later. It is Wednesday, September 23rd, and it is about 6:58 in the morning. Today is the day of the surgery, and I just realized that I have said surgery like 1,000 times. Oh my goodness, it looks so pretty. Mike the Road.
I know.
Wow, it looks really good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
So yeah, I realized that I said surgery like 1,000 different times. I haven't really clarified what the surgery is or like why I'm having it. So yeah, let me just quickly fill you guys in. So basically it's all girl troubles, honestly. At the end of last year, I started to experience spotting. If you're a girl, you know exactly what that means. I wasn't too concerned. It was super light, even though it's never happened to me before. And then as this year progressed, I started spotting more and more, like heavier and heavier, and my periods actually started to get super, super, super bad, like really painful, which my periods were like painful, but not like as bad as what was happening usually. And so by the time I got to a point where I was just like, this is like making me nervous, I need to see a doctor, we were like in the middle of COVID. It was like towards the end of March. And it wasn't considered an emergency, so I couldn't go into the hospitals. And to be honest, I didn't really want to go into the hospitals, but I was getting really nervous about what was happening. And then throughout COVID, everything just got worse and worse. Like, it went from spotting to like full on like flow in between my periods, and it was crazy, and I just didn't think that was okay. I was like really scared. I thought like I had like cervical cancer, to be totally honest. I was like, this is it. Like, even though I took like the vaccine or whatever, I got it, like I was just like really nervous about it. And eventually things started to reopen. The state of Massachusetts started to reopen. Prior to Massachusetts reopening, I was able to get a virtual appointment with my doctor, which is like weird because like it's for my woo-ha. So like I was just like, am I getting on camera and showing her stuff? Like, I don't really understand what this is going to be all about. But we were able to have a conversation, and she thought that it was more likely to be something like fibroids, endometriosis, or polyps. And not in that order, kind of in the reverse order. Polyps, fibroids, or endometriosis. So once the state reopened, I was able to get in and get an appointment. I had to get blood tests. I had to get 2 ultrasounds because they couldn't find anything. And on the second ultrasound, they were able to locate a polyp. Now, typically polyps aren't things that you like have to remove because they're not that bad, but when they get to the point that they're creating bad symptoms, then you have to get them removed. So, because I was having really bad symptoms, I had to get them removed. But because of COVID, you know, I had to wait all the way until September 23rd to get them removed, even though we figured it out back in July. So now you're all caught up. Oh, it feels so weird leaving without my ring.
Yeah, phone, wallet, keys.
Phone, wallet, you're my key.
Just so you have your ID and stuff on you. You have a mask.
My ID is in my thing,
Yeah.
and I have a mask.
Perfect. Okay. Good going.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So yeah, now you guys are all caught up, and as you can see, we are leaving to go to the hospital, and I'm actually super nervous. I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep. I slept really well.
That's actually hilarious.
I slept so well last night. So I don't know. It's not like a crazy surgery or anything. It's pretty routine. I am gonna be put to sleep. And that's what I'm most nervous about. I've never had a surgery before, and I've never been put to sleep before, and so both things kind of scare me, but it's fine, it's not gonna be long. The surgery itself is 30 to 45 minutes long, and I'm supposed to start at like 9:30, but we have to get there a couple of hours before the surgery to meet everyone, so that's why we are up so early. I'm just kind of ready to get this done and get home and just be done with this. To be totally honest, the only reason I was super proactive about this, also the fact that I was in immense pain and bleeding like really crazy, is the fact that like obviously after we get married, like we are gonna start trying to have kids right away. So I've been really on top of my reproductive health to make sure that there isn't anything wrong, or get on top of anything that I can do prior to trying for a baby, just kind of help the process move along, because I'm 30 and I've never had a baby before, and you know, infertility is like a thing, and I don't think it's a taboo thing. I think it's something that we should all talk about and just kind of be proactive about. And so that's basically what I'm trying to do. After I do the surgery, I'm going to start getting hormone tests to make sure that my hormones are good and in check, because those are the kind of things that you kind of want to start doing and looking into about a year out from trying to have babies, and we are a year out from trying to have babies. So that's that. I'm gonna go. I'm just rambling because I'm nervous and I'm scared, but yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will see you maybe at the hospital, maybe after surgery, I don't know. Okay, so we are at the hospital and just got checked in. They gave us this thing that's gonna ring when it's time for me to go. And they're gonna give you some time with me, which is just not expected. And they're apparently letting him stay in the building, which we also didn't really expect to happen. So that's really good.
I never getting supposed to entertainment except for my phone.
Oh, I was gonna pack AC. I totally forgot.
I did too.
It's okay.
I could have been selling turnips.
Oh,
Instead
yes.
of milk, you're like an idiot.
Oh, yes.
Animal Crossing lives.
I have to sell these turnips over the week, so
You have
it's
all
already
day,
Wednesday.
You have all day tomorrow to sell them.
Yeah. Hey guys, so I just edited the video that is going up today, the one that you're watching right now actually, and realized that I never ended the vlog. Michael was supposed to vlog after the surgery and like during the surgery, but he didn't. So I'm just gonna fill you in because I think it would just make sense to kind of give you guys some closure on this one. The surgery went well. Obviously I'm alive, and I think that's what I was most nervous about, was dying. I'd never had a surgery before, and I'd never had an anesthesia before, so I was really nervous about the process, and I met all of the nurses and doctors that would be operating on me, and they kind of talked me through the surgery. There were some things that I weren't aware of before the day of the surgery that I found out there. So they like really broke down the exact procedures that I would be having that day, and in total I had 3. They did it all in one day, in one surgery, in one go, but they were technically 3 separate procedures, and that was a hysteroscopy, which is when they went in with the camera to look around to see if there was anything weird there, anything that would have been causing my symptoms and my pain, like looking for endometriosis, any fibroids, polyps, cysts, whatever. And then there was the DNC. I was a little bit caught off guard by that because when I hear the letters DNC, I think of an abortion. So I was just like, a DNC? Why am I getting a DNC? But actually, a DNC is just like removing tissue from your uterus. So usually when you're pregnant, a DNC would terminate the pregnancy, but that wasn't, my case. So obviously I was not pregnant, and it was just removal of the tissue to test the tissue in there just to make sure that there wasn't anything more serious going on that was causing those symptoms. The third procedure that they did, I don't actually remember the technical name for it, but that was to actually go in and like cut off and remove the polyps. They actually allowed Michael to come into that room that you saw. So yeah, he was able to spend about, I'd say like 30 minutes with me and then talk to me, and then the anesthesiologist came in. I was a little bit nervous and on edge, obviously, again, because I was just afraid to have surgery. And the anesthesiologist he was just like, I'm gonna give you a little something to take the edge off. And this is before he even rolled me into the operating wing. And he inserted a little bit of medicine into my IV, and it burned a little bit. And I remember saying goodbye to Michael. Like I felt like my eyes were watering, like I was crying, and then I said bye to Michael. and I don't remember being rolled away to the surgery wing. I don't remember them transferring me to a different bed. I don't remember them putting on all the things on my body. And that was prior to the anesthesia. I kind of got like really knocked out pretty immediately. And then they did anesthesia, which is weird because right before they did the real anesthesia, I kind of have a few memories there. It's all really hazy. And then I was really out. So the next thing I really remember was just waking up in the recovery room. One thing is that they kind of overestimated how much anesthesia that I would need. So I was knocked out a little longer than was expected. They told me that, you know, the anesthesia that I was supposed to get would have kept me asleep in the recovery room for an hour, but it took them an extra hour to wake me up. So I was in recovery for a little over 2 hours. The first thing that I kind of remember was just someone saying my name and then waking up. And the first thing I said was, "Can I have babies?" And the nurse was like, "I think." But yeah, I just spent some time in that recovery room and they just made sure that I was able to do just normal things like sit up on my own, stand up on my own, swallow, I guess just like normal procedural things before they could release me. And in terms of actual recovery, I had the next day off of work and I kind of just spent that day in bed hanging out. The second day, I overexerted myself a little bit and it kind of pushed my recovery back a tiny bit, but not much. In terms of the results of the surgery, so we are today exactly 2 weeks post-surgery, and about a week after I spoke with my doctor on the phone, and so apparently when they went in, they didn't actually find any polyps. They found really small things that they thought were polyps, but they were not actually polyps. And with the camera, they didn't find any endometriosis or any fibroids or anything that was actually causing my symptoms. So in general, it's a good thing. They didn't find anything bad inside of me that is making me sick. They didn't find anything inside of me that would prevent me from having any babies in the future. But they also didn't find anything or remove anything that they think was causing me so much pain and causing all of the symptoms that I was experiencing. So I'm kind of mixed in how I feel about the results, only because I would like the peace of mind of knowing that they went in, they found the polyp, they took the polyp out, and now that means everything is fixed and I'm going to be all set. But that's, you know, like, that's not the case. They don't really know. So are my symptoms gonna come back? Will I be in pain again? Will I have these crazy symptoms that made me feel weird? Maybe, maybe not. I literally just don't know. But on the bright side, there isn't anything seriously wrong with me, and that's a blessing in itself. And I think that I could live with everything else so long as I know that these symptoms aren't preventing me from starting a family. So that's kind of where I am now. I actually have my official post-op appointment with my doctor to discuss the findings, and they're going to show me the pictures and the videos that they took while they were inside. That is all happening tomorrow. So yeah, that's kind of where we stand right now with everything. All in all, the surgery was a lot easier and went a lot smoother than I expected it to, so I am really happy with that, and I'm happy that I was proactive about kind of what was going on. Not 1000% thrilled with the results because I feel like there aren't any real results, but you know, we'll see. Time will tell. Maybe what they did help in some way, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. And I want to say thank you especially to all of the new subscribers that have joined the channel in recent months. Thank you so much. I see every single one of you. I see all of your comments and all of your, you know, likes, and I really, really, really appreciate you. You are helping me so much by subscribing to this channel. So if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button and leave a comment below. I am always willing to answer any and all questions except for questions about where I live, because that's private and I get that a lot. So but yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. I upload every Wednesday and every Sunday. Bye.